Greetings, viewers, and thanks for joining me out in the shop today. I've cleaned a lot of foggy headlights in my day. I don't know if you saw my introduction to the new truck video I did just recently, but the headlights were atrociously stained. I bought a kit off Amazon called Cerakote. Wow, impressed. Very impressed with how well it did. I will put a link in the description. I want to answer a question real quick, and then I'm going to move on to this second gen. I had mentioned putting this net in my third gen and didn't show how I attached it at the back, and somebody asked. I also got rid of my CO2 tanks and bought one of these twin piston compressors. It was a top rated for 2021 air compressor by Slime. I got it from JB Tools for $89, which it costs $80 to fill up my tanks twice. So yeah, I got tired of doing that. So we'll see how this works. I test aired up some tires. So far, pretty impressed. It's by Slime. It's got the weird thread on thing for the valve, but if you thread it on and let it run and air up past your pressure, when you're letting it off, it lets a little out. Then you just set it with your tire gauge, kind of like an impact. You still got to torque them even though you use it. But anyway, back to that net. This is what I did and where I attached. I drilled a hole here. I got a hook, just like these hooks down here on the bottom. That's exactly what it is. Extra ones I have. And then I put a nut on the other side with a big flat washer so it won't rip through. And that is how I held this up. So I hope you watched this. I'll go back and reply to your comment that the answer is here, how I did that. And it stretched it nice and tight. It works. When this is empty, all I see in my rearview mirror are those two little zippers hanging down right there. Ow, I hit my head. But when I'm camping in it, I can throw my clothes and stuff up there when I go to sleep. And it's a place to put my phone and my glasses and other stuff. It's pretty nice. If I had to be on a journey and stuff pillows and blankets up there and have it hang down, I don't think that'd really bother me because I have side view mirrors anyway. So much to say about that. I picked up this second gen. Now the story I got on this truck, it was the guy's daily driver truck. He had hit the fender up here, tore off this chrome molding here, which is fine. Sadly, got the windshield, ripped the antenna off, hit the mirror, and broke it. Didn't do much other damage to the truck, but it also had a bad oil leak. I just backed it out of one spot and moved it to another and shut it off, and you can see the oil leak. It's leaving under there. Not a big deal. I do want to fix that. This is the 3.0. It has had the head gasket recall done. It does have over 300,000 miles on it, but it runs. And when I got it, the guy said, hey, after the wreck and the oil leak, and I just found me a nice first gen and bought it and parked this. And it sat for 5 years, and he finally decided he was ready to upgrade some stuff on his first gen. So he put this up for sale. Now, he had in the meantime robbed a couple of things off of it, like the alternator, the plug wires, the belts. I think that's it. Oh, some vacuum lines. I found a set of plug wires in the back for it, minus the coil. I rigged up this wire here as a coil from something I just had laying around here. It's way too long, but at any rate, I got the vacuum ports plugged up and put some fresh gas in this and a battery and fired it up and drove it off my trailer. So yay for that. During the course of the 5 years that it sat, the brake lines rotted away and it has absolutely, zero brakes. These wheels were actually on my Tundra, my blue Tundra, when I got it, but I did wheel swapping around on that. So at any rate, this guy was daily driving this thing. It had an oil leak and a busted windshield, and those were the reasons why he said he parked it and it sat for 5 years. I believe, one, that it sat for 5 years because the license plate that was on it, but look at like that dirt run down. That's just dirt from where it run down this door and window. But at any rate, the suspension on it seems to be in good condition. The shocks are wore out, but the all the front steering components, don't know if you can see any of that under there, is all in good shape. Appeared to be relatively new. CV axles are bad, but I got some of those. The body is in really good shape. Underneath those plastic trim pieces, there's a tiny bit of surface rust on this side. Oh, it's really raining. And there's a spot on this side of surface rust here, and then behind here there is a hole. I will address that as time goes, but that's the only spot of body rust through that you can see. If you're up underneath in the very back corners, under the bumper back there, there's a tiny little hole on each side. I can also address that. This bumper's rusted trash. That's not a bad spot. A little dent, probably from that same crash, not sure. But anyway, I believe the guy, the story he told me, he seemed like an upright dude, and he was a first-gen dude, and we talked Toyotas for a little bit. So anyway, I plugged off some vacuum lines. I don't think I got them right with that coil wire funky. It does idle a little odd. It is also on 5-year-old gas. I only put like 2 gallons in, but that's not the point. Today I'm just telling you, I guess, my assessment of this vehicle. This is going to start and become a project. The tires that were on this were worn nice and even, so that's super nice and encouraging that the front end's not messed up. The frame, like I say, I went under it and looked all around. It's not bad at all. I mean, these are like the worst spots on it. As far as body rust, hardly any. The back window would not go down currently, and I did find a busted piece of window track inside the vehicle, so I'm guessing they've got it jammed up. I know how to fix that, so that'll be a thing. I hope I got some second-gen 4runner fans out there, or hope to gain some here as I go along on this project. If you've not joined me for a project before, I have poorly planned videos and a lot of rambling, but I still show you what I'm doing, and it's interesting, I think. So tune in for second gen stuff, become a fan, because I want to make this 3.0 motor keep going. It would appear to me that the leak is at the front main seal, but as I get into this further, I'll find out more about it. The coolant was still full, the oil still looked good. Of course, it has 0 brakes, or I took it for a bigger drive other than just around my property. It is a limited. It has horrible leather front seats in it on both sides. Seat cover will take care of that for sure. It is 5-speed, 4-wheel drive. I do like that. It does have a lot of features. as being a limited it would. It's got 306,000 miles on it. And yeah, I'm pretty happy. It's pretty filthy. Hope to have it more cleaned up next time before I take some more pictures, but I got to get that back window down. There'll be some things doing. I plan to take these running boards off. I plan to delete all of that rust catcher trim. Treat the rust spots so as it sets in here on sweaty concrete all winter it doesn't get worse. Yeah, so this is going to be my new project. I hope that you tune in, listen to me carry on way too long about Toyotas. This one's got the definite lean. I don't know if you can see that as well as I can here. Try to hold the phone straight. We definitely got some listing to port, but I can also take care of that. So I've already added the wheels, taken off a couple of things that I didn't like on it, and we'll move forward and update you as I go along. I did a T100 project where I built the truck on the cheap just to see how well and quick and inexpensive it could be done. That's not the way this is going to be necessarily. This is a hope to add to the fleet vehicle, but be nice enough to bring some money if I do sell it. So we'll see what happens as I move along. And I always have 3.4 5-speed T100 over here. But we're not talking about swaps today. This is just the initial assessment. Previous owner made this. Spoiler out of diamond plate. I think it's bitchin'. I'm leaving it on there. A little bit of an obnoxious sticker there. I like the gold Yoda. I'll probably leave that for a little bit, but I don't know. Nothing is etched in stone in my garage. Well, maybe my initials in this floor when they poured it, but that's not important right now. So I'll leave a link to the headlight stuff there. I'll respond to the guy about the thing up in the window on the 4runner. Yeah, the net thing. And yeah, I appreciate people commenting, asking questions and stuff and such, and most all joining me in my shop to talk Toyotas. So today, a little bit about the second gen, much more to come on that. Like and subscribe, please, if you like my videos. I have a link in the subscription to my Etsy store where you can buy t-shirts and other stuff. And thanks for joining me. Have a super great day.